Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Juma Game Reserve, or welcome to some of you if you were not with me earlier on this morning. I'm not gonna talk too much. We're not too sure if the stream is good and if the sound is okay. So quick intro. My name is Sebastian. We've got Tara behind the camera this afternoon and Mark back in final control. And we're just gonna have a look at the sausage tree for a minute or two. I know a lot of people out there really enjoy the sausage tree. I want to see the evolution of the fruits at the moment. So there's still not really any fruits, just long. It's getting there though. In a couple of months we should have fruits, but not yet. But it's nice to just stop sometimes and have a look at the tree. No more flowers, but the fruits are on their way. And while we do that, Mark can monitor the stream and see if it is if it is smooth enough, like at the end of the drive this morning, or if we're having some issues, then he might have to stop and restart the wirecast if that can help. So let's do that and just listen and see what Mark's got to say. How it's looking on his side. Okay, alright. Well, then we'll just wait here for a minute or two. Once you've reloaded the Wilders website and Okay. So there is a bit of a buffer on the Wilders website apparently. Well, I think that the best is maybe if some of you could just send an email quickly to Mark, just in the subject, right, how it's looking on your side, because sometimes it is looking bad, very bad on our side, and on your side, guys, it's in America, wherever you're in the world, it's looking good. So maybe just, if you can hear me correctly, properly, just send a quick email to Mark and just say how it's looking on your side, if it's looking fine, audio and video, or if it's not. And it will help Mark and myself to know if I need to stop talking, or if we need to stop Wirecast, or even though that probably won't help if it's still that underwater cable problem. That's okay. So if you can hear me properly, then we're looking at the sausage tree at the moment, the famous sausage tree that we've got on our property in Filaments Deep. And like I was saying, we can't see any more flowers, but all of these hanging things are the future fruits, which will look like big sausages, hence the name sausage tree. And they get quite big it's quite a big fruit, can sometimes even reach like almost a meter long, a meter in length. Most of the time will be just under a meter, and quite heavy, a few kilograms heavy, so you don't really want to get one on your head, so never really stay in the shade under a sausage tree during summertime. It's like one of these things you don't do in Africa, like having a nap under a coconut tree. It's recipe for hospital. Okay, let's move on, and I hope that you guys have a clear video and a clear audio. plan of action for this afternoon. I want to get back to Twin Dam now. It's still hot, but I just want to go back there now to see if the lionesses are still there, Tsalala Pride. And if they're not, just scratch around and see if we can relocate them. And once we know where they are, and spend a few minutes with them, they will probably be lying and resting somewhere in the shade. It's not very hot, but it's quite hot this afternoon. So then we can, once we know where they are, we can spend a few minutes with them. If there's not much activity, then we can go and bumble around and try and see. Sorry? Got something. Giraffe over there. Okay. Quite far though, eh? Huh? From here. Giraffe in the distance. So I was saying we'll spend a few minutes with them, and if they're not really active, then we will bumble around and try to find other game. Weather has cleared up, so there might be a bit more of general game around this afternoon than there was this morning. And then when it will be a little bit cooler, we'll go and see the hyena den as well, see if we're more lucky than this morning, see if they're back at home, see if we can find Teddy there. And then we'll go back as well to the lions at the end of the day when temperatures are cooler and see if they get a bit active. So that's the plan of action. For now, but who knows, we might have some surprises along the way. Not a great view on those giraffes right now, they're quite far. Busy feeding. So let's just we'll just carry on, and maybe later on we'll have a better view of them if we come back this way. Few of them actually, but they're inside the drainage line or just on the other side of the drainage line, and quite a thick bush, so the view is not great. Sorry, Mark? Okay. And what about the stream? Mhm. Okay. All right. So apparently, some people have let Mark know that on Wilder's website it's a little bit choppy, and also on Juma website. And Mark is still trying to find out from some viewers what about Ustream because Mark is unable to open the Ustream page or have the video working on Ustream, but sometimes it's just our computer. It might be fun on your side. So if some of you are watching on Ustream, if you can just pop an email to Mark on questions@juma.com just to let him know what the stream looks like on Ustream. Otherwise, on Wilders and Juma, it doesn't sound too bad. It's a little bit choppy, but better than it used to be. So it's great. If we have any new viewers, I forgot to say it or to mention it in the intro. I don't want to make too much of a long intro as I wasn't too sure about the stream, but if we have any new viewers, we are broadcasting live from the very well-known, world-renowned Sabisen Game Reserve. And Sabisen Game Reserve is close to Kruger National Park. Actually communicates with the Kruger National Park. There is no fence between Kruger and Sabisen. So we broadcast 2 live game drives every day from 6:30 to 9:30 in the morning, Central African time, and from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Central African time as well. And if you're with us now, if you've got any question, you can send your question to questions@juma.com, and Mark will forward them to me via radio, and then I will answer them for you. If I don't know, Tara and Mark will help. If we don't know, then we have books and we have internet, and can always come back to you at a later stage with more info about your question. So I'm not too sure, Butterfly, but good afternoon to you and welcome on board. Butterfly is asking if we know what Tsalala mean, the name of the lion pride that we have at Twindam at the moment. I'm not too sure. Do you know what Tsalala mean?
It's apparently gardenia.
Gardenia in English. Apparently it means gardenia in English. I remember someone sending that info a few weeks ago, yeah, just before we went on leave, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Gardenia. What Tsalala mean in English? are you ladies? We're gonna go first to where we left them this morning. See if they moved from there, and then if they did, we will have to look at shady spots around here. Okay, so they have moved on. We left them there this morning. Yeah, I'll look for trucks now. Nothing on the road.
Oh, there they are.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
Where?
Underneath the other tree.
Oh, did they just... Oh yeah, I see a leg up, yeah. Okay, well, let's get closer to them. Oh, there are more over there as well.
Yeah.
They actually didn't go too far. They just went a few meters away from where they were this morning. Sorry, Mark? Ah, okay, elephants at Gary Dam, alright. A little bit more?
If you can.
Okay. You tell me. Bye. Good afternoon, ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I see all of them. And a few more info as well about the Tsalala, what happened in the last couple of days. I was telling you this morning that I had feeling that they did kill something a couple of days ago and then spent some time around Chitwa. They were at Chitwa yesterday and then moved here either overnight or early this morning. And apparently they were on a kill a few days ago, and last night they did kill something again at Chitwa. So they spent the whole day yesterday and killed a buffalo at Chitwa yesterday or last night, and unfortunately they got chased away by the Nkuma males. And apparently there were a lot of activities in the dam and not like in the dam but like in the surrounding of the dam, which explains why a few of them, especially one of them that we were looking at this morning, it's got quite a lot of mud on her fur. There was a little bit of fighting, and also apparently the buffalo kill is actually in the dam, or not in the dam, but you know what I mean, like around just the surrounding of the dam, in the muddy part of the dam. So that's why they look so dirty, and because they were on that kill and feeding kind of in the mud. And then the Nkuma males apparently arrived, and I don't know if there was a fight. I don't think there was a fight because they don't look injured at all, but maybe a little bit of hissing and showing teeth, and they gave up and they had to run away, and which explains why they probably came this way. Just moved away from Chitwa and just walked for like 3 kilometers, and probably decided to stay around there because there is water. So they did feed a little bit on that kill, but obviously not as much as they would have liked to. Fortunately, got their kill stolen. Not fair. So I was pretty sure we'll find them in that position. And like I said, we're gonna spend just a few minutes with them. They're not gonna be active right now. It's still too hot, so we can take the opportunity to go and bumble around, see what else we can find, and come back a bit later. Good afternoon, stations. I'm mobile on Western Gary. I'm on my way to Twin Dam to let you know that Tsalala, the Tsalalas are still there, Lala Penzi in the shade. The one we're looking at now, her name is Bibi. As you can notice, she's missing the tip of her tail, and she's the grandmother of the other 4 ones that we were looking at just before. And she's got also 2 daughters which are outside our properties, and they have, one of them have 4 cubs and one of them has 2 cubs, plus the 6 cubs are a few months old, and these 4 females that we have here are this one's granddaughters, Bibi's granddaughters. Radio.com is usually bad. I'm not even sure. Mark, can you give me a radio check just to see if I copy you here? Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Copy you 55. I think it's this one, which is a little bit, which is quite dirty. She's got quite a lot of mud still on her fur. And the one behind there actually has got, maybe Tara won't be able to show you right now because I think there will be a bush in the way. And she's got some blood still on her chest. Do you have a visual if you pan a little bit? If you pan a little bit to the left? No, not really. There will be that bush in the way.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Hold on, sir, sorry. Yeah, standing by.
Yeah, Sebastian, good afternoon. Sorry, confirm. Did you go to the Zingala close to Twin Dam?
Yeah, afternoon. Yeah, I'm right there. They just wanted to make sure they're still here. They're still here. They Lala Penzi in the shade, just next to the dam wall.
Okay, copy, excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can make your way here if you want. I'm the only one in the lock, and I might pull out anyway in a few minutes, but I'll let you know if I pull out.
Okay, copy, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna head north. I'm gonna see if I can find a Zingala, maybe then shoot down a bit later.
Okay, copy that. Good luck your side.
Oh,
Sorry?
Tsalala.
Oh, that's interesting. There's an impala behind us, and he's definitely not aware of his lion's presence.
I can't see it from where I am now. I just saw
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely. If they pick up his smell, it's a male impala. If they pick up his smell or his sound, they might try something. Would be difficult for them though, because it's It's quite an open area around the dam here, and it's gonna be very difficult for them to keep the surprise effect. Yeah, Impala's going down the dam now. Unfortunately, Tara can't show it to you right now because he's like really right behind us. I don't really want to move the car right now. And anyway, I can't even have a visual anymore. He's behind a lot of bushes now. But we'll see if they start moving, if they pick up his smell. Sorry, looking at the position.
You keep dropping your leg and then.
If they pick up his smell or his position or his sound, I mean, then they will. If they start moving, then I will also move and reposition the vehicle. Let's see first what they do. Yeah, these two are quite funny. Yeah, Impala is down at the dam now, drinking. Which way is the Impala?
Oh, there's a male kudu coming down there.
And there is a male kudu coming down as well. Maybe I should reposition the vehicle. Tara's gonna try to show you, yeah, over there. So on the left hand side of your screen, you've got a kudu there. And then, no, unfortunately Tara won't be able to show the Impala because it's behind that big bush where the kudu is going now. So I'm sure they will either see them or smell them in a few minutes.
Actually, the Impala's gone down to drink as
Yeah,
well.
I know, yeah. Alright, let me try reposition the vehicle so that Tara can keep an eye on the Impala and kudu. There we go, one of them picked them up. She saw them, I think. Where can I go? If I just go here.
Sure.
Sorry? Oh, sorry. You didn't see that?
They've seen them yet.
No, I thought she did because she turned around and looked that way, but she's not moving.
Straight back. Kudu's very wary. Yeah,
Okay,
that's good.
stay here for now, just so that we can show you the kudu. The Impala made his way back.
Yeah,
Kudu
he
saw
sees
them
it.
now. Kudu spotted the lions, so
Or he sees something, maybe not sure what.
yeah, he saw something. Maybe he's not too sure yet what it is, but there's no way they will even try to hunt that kudu now, even if they see him. They've lost all the surprise effect now. I don't even think that kudu's gonna stay around and drink. Yeah, there we go. Lions, I'm running away from you.
He didn't bark.
Alright, thanks kudu. I could have stayed where I stayed. Okay, let's get back there. Are you good there?
Yeah. Really sleepy headed now.
BB and the other one over there fast asleep, and then there we've got this one is slowly waking up, and the two other ones put their heads down again, and I think they're gonna stay like that for another maybe hour or two. What time is it? 4. Yeah, I think it's worth coming back maybe in 1 hour.
Oops.
Bless you. And bless you again.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Terry, and welcome to Juma Game Reserve with us. Hope you're enjoying the drive. Terry is asking if the lions have retractable claws like leopards. Yes, they do, Terry. This is one of the main characteristics of the cat family, retractable claws. And the exception used to be the cheetahs, or still is a cheetah, sorry. Cheetah doesn't have retractable claws, but leopards and lions do. Yes. All right, guys, let's move on and come back a little bit later when these ladies decide to wake up. Someone looking for me? Yeah, standing by?
Yeah, Sebastian, are you still with us in Ghana?
Yeah, positive.
Okay, copy. I'm here about Mulawati now. Can I come and do anything?
Yeah, you're welcome to. I'm the only one on lock, so I'll wait for you and then I'll pull out once you get here.
Okay, copy. Excellent. Thanks, Sebastian.
Alright, we have a vehicle on the way here, I mean, so we're just gonna stay for, it's not far, we're gonna stay for like a few more minutes. Just to, I'm sure he would find them anyway, but just to be polite. And we'll pull out as soon as he gets here.
Just mind your hat.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Porcupine quill on the way. Hello. Alright, easier now so we can leave. Let's try, see if we can, oh sorry Ta, see if we can find something else. See you later ladies. If you decide to move, don't go too far please. Stations leaving then Tsalala on Twin Dam.
Okay, where did this guy? Dan, aku tunggu kan. Lagu saya ni, semua ni kat lain. Dah semua ni. Okay, so now on and back to you,
Alright, welcome back everyone. Traveling in time, traveling in the future, how's that? Well, not in the future, you're still in the present, but you jumped from Twin Dam to Gary Dam. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, Mark did, there was a bit of a lag, a bit of a delay, so Mark cut straight from when I left the dam back to here. You haven't missed anything, don't worry. I'm trying to relocate those lilies. Are they on the other side over there?
See him.
Not yet, no. Oh yeah, I see him now. Okay, well don't worry, I'm gonna turn around. Okay. Sorry?
Move north of Gary there. We're looking for Ingrid, please. Trying to find one for you and your dogs there.
It's just the one.
Yeah, I only see one, yeah. So let's go and check out the big bull elephant. It looks quite huge from here. And then, yeah, that's the part you missed because I did talk a little bit just before, just after I left the dam, and you've missed that because we've cut straight after I left the dam. So, but I was saying the plan of action was to come here and try to relocate those elephants, but maybe there might just be one, I don't know. Whoever is on Gary Dam, whoever is the Zoomy now, and can you maybe let Mark know on questions@juma.com how many elephants were at the dam a few minutes ago and what directions they go. I don't really need it because I've relocated one. I just would like to know if there was only one or if there were a few big bulls. Please send an email to Mark. And but at least we've got this one. So the plan of action. Sorry, yeah, we're gonna spend a bit of time with him, and then we'll go and check out the hyena den, see if our friends are back, and then we'll go back to the lions. And if there is a bit of lag, then what we will do is every time we'll cut from one sighting straight to the next one. So that's actually pretty cool for you also, because, well, I know it's also nice to, when we drive around and stuff, that's part of the safari. But it's, when there is a big delay like at the moment, it's also nice to jump from one sighting to another one. So we'll cut when I leave the elephant. Mark can cut if there is a delay. If there is no delay, we're good. If there is a big delay, then we cut straight from where I left to when I get to the hyena den. Hello Jumbo. Yo.
Smell fire.
Yeah, me too. But I smelled fire this morning as well when I woke up, eh?
Where is it?
Forgot to mention it. But yeah, definitely smell fire now. Hello Jumbo. Do you mind us spending a bit of time with you? She's gonna look at you and make you famous around the world. Okay. Okay. Alright, folks, just to let you know, with the situation of the stream at the moment, it's not very easy for the director to forward the questions, because obviously there is, because of all the stop and restart of the stop and go of the stream, it creates quite a delay. And obviously when the director gets your questions, then the presenter is either gone or talking about something else. So like now there is a question from Rosie, and good afternoon to you, Rosie. I'm glad you're with us this afternoon. It's good to have you on board with me. And Rosie wants to know if it is a wound close to the tail of the lioness. But you see now we're not there anymore. I'm not too sure.
It was.
Tara, yeah.
I saw a mark just at the
Okay.
base of the tail.
So Tara says that she saw a mark at the base of the tail, so it could be a wound. And like I was explaining earlier on this morning, they did get into a fight with the Ottawa males. Pictures from another ranger a few days ago. He showed me the wounds on one of the female on her face. She's got a big gash on the right hand side of her face as well. Also looking very fresh, but it happened like I think a week and a half ago. It happened while we were on leave. And I don't know if it's the same female or another female also. Oh, I love that sound. I don't know if you guys could hear that rumbling. That big bull. He's what? 30 meters away from us, 40 meters away. 30, And anyway, either the same female or another female's got also a big limp. But I hope we'll be able to see that better when we get back to them later on. Temperatures are dropping now. It's gonna be much cooler, and I'm sure we'll get a bit of action at the end of the day, and then we'll be able to see which one's got the limp and how bad she's looking, or just also look at the wounds, if some of them have been injured or what. When they're lying down flat cats like they are at the moment, it's difficult. But yeah, question wise, it's with that lag, you can send your questions. It's just difficult that for the director to forward them in time, obviously, to me or to whoever is presenting. So just bear that in mind, that your question might not be answered, or it might be answered at a later stage. I think Mark got some questions earlier on about lions, but obviously when he got them, I was now making my way here. And now that we're with that elephant, it's not really right to be talking about lions. I'd rather be talking about elephants. but I will answer your lion questions when we get back there later on. Then as soon as I get there, Mark can send me your questions. So that's why you must stay tuned and enjoy the ride. Your questions will get answered a bit later. If you have elephant questions now, hopefully there is not too much lag, and you can send them and I will answer them for you while we busy spending a bit of time with that gentle giant. Okay. Alright, that makes sense because this one is rambling quite a lot. So I was going to say, it sounds like he's communicating with another lady. And thanks, Ed. Ed was the Zoomy, and he's saying that there were 2 elephants down by room 1 in the mud. So I don't know where is the other one. Maybe it's still down there, or maybe it's already gone onto quarantine, that open area that we have in front of us. Sorry. But sure, he's a big bull, this one. Probably in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. I hope he's gonna come and walk past us. So I parked here. Maybe, hopefully when he's done with that bush, he will come and say hello to us and walk just right in front of Ganda, or just right past Ganda. Seems to be enjoying the bark of that bush. There we go, using his tusk as a lever. And rambling again. Probably communicating with the other bull, pretty sure. I don't know if you guys can pick up that sound, but from here we can actually hear the branch breaking. There is not really breaking, he's not really breaking the branch, but he's basically rolling or twisting the branch in its mouth, and using his teeth to basically tear off the bark from the branch. And you can actually hear that sound from where we are. I don't know if the mic picks it up, but it's quite a cool sound. Hello, Jumbo. Come and say hi. Sure, he's huge. You see what I was saying about branch, twisting it in his mouth. And you're just gonna come and walk straight in front of us, eh? Hello, big boy. Wow, that's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted him to do. Shall we try and get a bit closer to him again? Spend a few more minutes with him, and then we'll make our way to the hyena den. I really want to see Teddy. I hope he's there. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes. Just want to see where he's going, and then we'll get closer to him again. Sorry, go, Mark. Diane, good afternoon to you, Diane. Thank you for sending your question to us. Hope you're enjoying the drive. Diane is asking what causes the tears in the ears, like the you probably mean the holes or notches. Yeah, here we go. I was looking for the word. Thanks, Mark. Well, most of the time it will be from walking through the bush, Diane, branches and things like that on the way. The skin on the ears is very, very soft, very thin, and they sometimes just when they're young, being playful or whatever, run through the bush, run through some branches, and that's how they get those notches. And some elephants obviously have some bigger ones than others, and we use those notches, stairs, a lot for identification. Helps a lot to identify one elephant from another one. But yeah, that's basically how it happens. Let's try and get a little bit closer to him again. He's a gentle giant, this one. He's very, very gentle, very kind, very peaceful. That is the branch that he dropped. There we go, that's freshly chewed by an elephant. It's actually very wet still, and it was in its mouth like 3 minutes ago. But I just wanted to show you what they do. So it takes the whole branch and then uses its teeth and its lips to basically twist the branch like this in its mouth, and that helps him to rip off the bark like this, and that's what he's gonna eat. You can see all the bark is gone. He's not interested in the branch itself. He's interested in the bark and what's inside the bark, and yeah. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot now. Yeah, here we go. He's rambling again. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. You can see the teeth mark here. There. Obviously didn't get there. He could have. But well, sorry. Okay, I'll stop moving now. Yeah, Tara's showing you the teeth mark. Quite interesting. Smells very nice as well. What bush is that, Tara? Do you know? What bush is that? That was this one, yeah.
Willow.
Sorry?
It's the bush willow.
A bush willow. Okay. Smells very nice. They're very fond of the bark. Got two impalas. One male chasing a female there. Oh, sure. What you doing, boy?
Chasing female.
Okay. And yeah, something else that I wanted to take opportunity to show you as well. While we well, actually not. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed Tara was doing the close-up on his feet, and I just wanted to point out the fact that they're actually elephants, even though they don't look like that. They actually walk on their toes, and inside their feet, actually their toes are in that position, and they have. That's what Tara was showing you. The whole feet, like you could see, it's like a big. What's the word? Like not a pouch, but like a what's the word?
Muscle? What are you after? Soul?
No, it will come now. The right word. What you've got on your sofa is a.
On your sofa?
Yeah, like on a sofa, the cushion. It's like a big cushion. Yeah, here we go. It's like a big cushion around the toes, and that's obviously what helps to. So that when you walk, it's not sore. But it's interesting to know that they actually walk on. It would be like us walking on our fingers like this. Okay, let's try and get a bit closer to him. It's already quite far. So can you feel the moisture in the air? Eh? It's very, very humid. There's definitely a storm not too far from us.
I hope it's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
The park's going to be worse.
We need some rain, yeah.
Maybe that's why we weren't really seeing too much yesterday.
Yeah.
Can you confirm where you guys now?
Tsalala chasing each other just behind the elephant. Okay, let me reposition the vehicle slightly. Good afternoon, Laurie. Welcome on board. Laurie is asking how often do elephant bulls come in contact with the females, and do only the strongest bulls mate. They will come in contact with the females during only, like in contact, like only during the mating season, but there is not really a mating season anyway. It can be any time of the year. It's any time during the year, but they will pick up a scent from a female that is in oestrus, and they will try to get closer to her and try to mate with her. If there are other bulls around, and adult bulls, mature bulls, then there might be a bit of conflict, a bit of competition, and in this case, yes, usually it will be the strongest bull who will get to mate with the female in ostrich. But I have personally never seen elephants mating. It's something very, very rare. It doesn't last for very long. It's very quick, and you need to be very lucky to see that. But that's the only time where you will find male being very close to female. They will come in contact with the females also, like sometimes to smell their urine or pick up a scent from them to see if they're in stress. So that's contact. And sometimes also just to say hi. They might get in contact with females as a greeting. They would put their trunk in each other's mouth. That's the way elephants greet each other. But proper real contact would be only during the meeting process. Otherwise, they'll hang around. Sometimes they hang around herds of females and youngs. Sometimes it's a few hundred meters behind or a kilometer behind, and sometimes they're far from herds and they're just on their own or with other bulls, and they can be quite far from a herd from time to time. But you will often find a big herd of elephants will have a big bull hanging around it, sometimes inside the herd, but it's not really part of the herd, it's just there. But most of the time he will be hanging around like a few hundred meters behind the herd. Are we looking likewise, Mark? Is there a bit of a delay or it's not too bad? Oh wow, okay, I see. So at the moment apparently I'm still holding that branch, so there's probably like 5-10 minutes delay. Yeah, you can send me that question, Mark, if you want. Oh, Helen in Illinois. Good afternoon to you, Helen. Helen is asking if that branch that I was holding was moist and if elephants salivate. Yeah, it was moist, definitely, Helen. But they do salivate, from what I know. But it was also moist from what's inside the bark of the branch. Obviously, the bark contains the cambium, and that's what they're looking for. So, but it was also moist from having been in the elephant's mouth and from the saliva. So I'm gonna answer if there are a couple of questions about elephants, I'm gonna answer them now, and there is a bit of a lag, so then I'll leave you here and drive towards the hyena den, and probably by the time I get to the den, hopefully I'll be leaving the elephant sighting for you on your side, and then we'll catch up with the lag that way. So you'll jump from the elephant to the hyena, unless obviously we find something really interesting, then obviously Mark won't stop and restart the Wirecast. Sarah, good afternoon, Sarah. Sarah is asking, what exactly does the elephant eat? Does he squeeze the juice out of the branch? Yeah, like I was saying, Sarah, elephants have quite a wide diet, or they eat quite a lot of different things, from bark to fruits to roots to leaves, so to even grass as well. So they've got a very wide diet. But in this case, what you saw, yes, he takes these branches and doesn't really squeeze them in his mouth. He tries to he twists them and uses his teeth to get the bark off the branch, and then that's what he eats, the bark. And obviously in the bark there are lots of nutrients that he's after. And the bark it is a bit juicy, because there is the cambium inside the bark, so that's what he's after. But I wouldn't say he's like crushing the branch as you would thought. He's not doing that at all. He's not after what's inside the branch. He's just trying to rip off the bark around the branch, and that's what he eats and swallows or chews. He will chew it for a bit, and then he will swallow it, and he will drop the branch. If you look at his behavior, he's still doing it as I'm talking. Like, put a branch in his mouth, roll it, twist it, and then you'll see the branch. He will drop the branch on the floor and try to get another one. Rosie, welcome on board, Rosie. Rosie is asking now if the depression on the elephant head does it show the difference in sex or age, and I'm not too sure if by the depression you mean those kind of holes on the forehead, the hollows in the temples. Yeah, okay. Well, if that's what you mean, yeah, it will show age, definitely. Big old bulls will have quite big hollows temples, so those depressions will be bigger as the elephants grow older, basically. But it won't really show the difference in sex, though, because males and females will have these depression. What will show the difference in sex, though, on the head will be the shape of the forehead, and you find that females tend to have a very kind of almost like a 90-degree angle forehead. It almost looks like from the profile it looks like a 90-degree angle. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but it's quite a sharp angle, basically, where for the males it is smoother. It's as you can see on his head now, it goes into like a don't have the right words here to explain myself, actually. It's not as of the forehead of males are not in a straight, not as straight and angular. Here we go. That's the word, angular, as females. And females will have more angular forehead, where males will not. Like this one, you can see it's not as angular as a female would be. So that's what you would use for the sex, or one of the things you can use to differentiate the sex of elephants. But the depressions that you were talking about, you will use them for age, and like I was saying, the bigger the depression, the older the elephant is, but you wouldn't use them for sex. So I hope I answered your question, Rosie. Alright, if Is there any more elephant questions? I'd like to start making my way to the hyena den. Sure, alright. Sure, Donna. Good afternoon, Donna. Donna wants to know how many teeth an elephant have, if any at all. Now, they do have teeth, definitely. If you would be sitting with me in Uganda right now, you would hear these teeth ripping off the bark of these branches. But how many teeth they have is difficult to say, because they're not like all the other mammals. They have a few different set of teeth in a lifetime, and the teeth thing on elephants is actually quite a big subject, and they get new teeth which they will be using, and then these teeth will basically be pushed forward into their jaw, and they will basically kind of get worn out. And while that happens, obviously another set of teeth will be starting to come out from the back of the mouth. So in an elephant mouth, you will kind of always have two sets of teeth, one which is being used, or actually one that is coming out, and one that is being used and slowly starting to worn out. And then depending on their age, the size of this set of teeth will be smaller or bigger, and that's one thing you can use to know exactly. There are books about it that you can use to know exactly what age that elephant was. Obviously you use this on a dead elephant. If you find a skull or a jaw in the wild and there are still some teeth on it, then you can take it home, have a look, or if you have a book with you, open the book, and depending on the size of these teeth, then it will tell you if he's between his 22 and 26 years old, or in his 30s, or in his 40s. And as they grow older, obviously those set of teeth get bigger, but then from 50 years old, I think, they don't get a new set of teeth. So basically the set of teeth that they have in their mouth at that time is their last one, and I think that's set number, I don't know, correct me Mark if I'm wrong, set number 6? Is it set number 6? Already in their 40s, okay. So yeah, it is the sixth set, but it actually comes out earlier than us, so it comes already in their 40s, so not in their 50s. But that will be the last set. They won't get another set of teeth after that one. And once this set of teeth, in the late 40s. Thanks, Mark. And once that set of teeth is getting worn out, unfortunately, they will basically experience difficulties to eat. And this is what happens, and this is the main reason of elephant death, is the fact that they actually can't really feed or eat anymore, because once they get to the last part of their last set of teeth, because they're not getting any new ones, then they can't chew their food anymore, and they slowly start dying from hunger, from starvation, basically. It's quite sad, but it's fortunately what happens. But they will get that last set around in their late 40s, and in the wild, also depending where in Africa, depending if you're in the east or in the south part of Africa, elephants will live up to like maybe 60 years old. So, but once they get in their 60s, same time obviously, they all have one set pushing out at the back of their mouth, and one set in front or in their mouth, and going, because the one at the back is slowly pushing that other set they are using. That set is going towards the front of the mouth, and it's slowly getting worn out. So it's kind of two sets of teeth at a time. So it would be like, maybe you would say 12 teeth in a lifetime, if you want to say it that way, but obviously they're big teeth, they're not like ours. Plus they also have obviously their tusks, which you must not forget. So that's also their incisors. And their canines, as many people think that the tusks of elephants are their canines. They're not, they're their incisors. So you've got those two teeth plus the set in the mouth. Okay. Okay, maybe for the previous question, if we can just show this on camera, Tara. Luckily enough, I've got a book. I think that question was from Dora. I've got a book with me. I won't show you how to use the teeth to kind of determine the edge. Donna, it was Donna. Thanks, Mark. But it will show you what I was talking about. So if you look at the picture on the left, I'll read to you what it says. This elephant skull clearly shows that more than one set of teeth exist in the mouth at any one time. The X marks the division between two sets, 1 and 2, of molars. The teeth are moving from the back of the mouth, which is B, to the front, which is F, and shear off at the fragmentation edge, which is Y, the Y letter. This is not painful, as nerve and blood connection to the front of the tooth has already been severed. I don't know how to severed. Thanks. So here we go. That's basically what I was explaining you, Donna, and it's just so that you can picture it now and understand better what I was trying to explain you. So this set is coming out, pushing towards this way, and that's the old one, and you can see that it's getting worn out compared to this one, and this one will eventually disappear. This one will be the main set in his mouth that he will be using, and then another one at the back, another set will be coming out and pushing this one from time to time, and then you'll have again a new set in the mouth. But like I was saying, you will have two sets of teeth, of molars, at a time in the mouth. And then on the right hand side, that picture, let's see what it says. Pieces of teeth fragment and break off. Pieces of teeth fragment and break off as they move forward and leave the root cavity, usually about 2 ridges at a time. Number 1 is dentine, number 2 is enamel ridge, number 3 is the cementum. Switch off the treasure, sorry. And the Y is fragmentation edge. Although this looks like many teeth bound together, they all develop from the same root and are thus collectively one tooth. So here we go. It's basically a close-up on a set of molars. So here we go, Donna. I hope that helps you. I'm sure you were understanding what I was explaining, but it's always better to have a picture for it. And there was one more question which I'll answer now as I'm leaving. We're gonna leave that gentle giant by himself. Thank you for your time, Jumbo. So kind. Then I had the last question from, I think Mark, you're gonna have to help me again on the name. Sure, Diane, thank you. It looks very scary over there. Wow. Look at that, guys. This is a big storm. Sure, that might actually shorten our drive. I hope not. Two of the Tara is trying to show you the storm is building up. Mark is actually already hearing thunderstorm. So I hope we'll have time to do everything I wanted to do, which is basically going to the hyena den now and then back to Twin Dam to spend a bit more time with the lionesses. Hopefully we'll have time to do all of this. Sometimes you get storms building up like this and they just pass by. You don't get any rain. I remember last year for weeks and weeks in November it was raining everywhere around us, big storm passing us, and you would think, oh, it's gonna be pouring rain all night, and actually it doesn't. Alright, then. Alright, welcome back. Traveling in time once again. Well, here's the update. We went to the hyena den and unfortunately nobody was home. And so I'm not lucky today. Teddy doesn't want to see me. Maybe he's angry with me because I left him for 2 weeks. They don't want to show up their faces today. Okay, that's fine. We'll get them another day. So I made my way back to the lions, and we are approaching Twin Dam now. It looks like they're still lying down. The storm seems to get a bit more hectic every minute. We had a few lightnings on the way here, and I didn't see anything on the way from the elephants between the elephants and the den, and between the den and here. So you haven't missed anything, otherwise we wouldn't have cut the lag. But there is a good 20-22 minutes lag, just to let you know. So it's quite a big lag. But we're gonna spend some time now with those lioness. It's 25 to 6 our time, and temperatures are getting cooler and cooler. So hopefully they start getting active pretty soon, and we'll be able to see a bit of interactions maybe. Give me a radio check, Mark. Make sure I copy you here. Should be, because I was copying you earlier on. Yeah, I do. Okay, awesome. Diane, if you're still with us, I think Mark unfortunately maybe has cut before I answered your question about elephants earlier on, because I did answer it when just after I left the elephant sighting on my way towards the den. And to cut the lag, I think Mark might have cut just before I answered your question, which was your question was about the female elephants. When do they get in oestrus again? So if you missed that, the answer is around 5 years in total, Diane, and that's because you already have 2 years of gestation period, and after the 2 years gestation period, then the female elephant will come in oestrus again only when her calf is getting independent, and that's usually between 2.5 years and 3 years. So that's why you're looking at an interval of around 5 years for females to from oestrus to oestrus to becoming oestrus again. 2 years gestation period and 3 years of raising the calf, and then she'll get in oestrus again. So here we go. Just in case you missed that. Baby is waking up, guys. That's good news. Baby is stretching. So maybe not. Just changing locations. False alarm. Nothing is happening. Come on, ladies, you must wake up now. Been sleeping the whole day. Been sleeping the whole day yesterday as well. I know. You were chitwa yesterday, the whole day on the airstrip. You moved like you did today, actually. 10 meters away from where you were in the morning to where you were in the afternoon yesterday. Went hunting last night. Ate a little bit. Got your kill stolen. Made your way here. Been sleeping again the whole day. Come on. It's time to wake up and hunt now. Yes, that's a good start. Shower time, a bit of yawning, a bit of stretching, and action. Sure, that's a nice shot there. I actually do see now the wound by the tail of that lioness lying behind the one in the foreground. You can see there is a wound just by her tail. Diane, welcome back, Diane. Diane is asking, she's got another question for us. She wants to know if lions go and hide during storms. Not that I know of, Diane. They don't really have any place to go and hide anyway. Don't like the rain, that's for sure. They like the cats, so they're not big fan of the rain. And they might just try and take cover under bushes and stuff. They wouldn't stay obviously in an big open area under the pouring rain. But I'd say they're used to it, after generations and generations, and been in Africa for thousands of years, millions of years now, and it's not something that they are scared of or something that it's not something that they try to avoid. They know that if it's coming their way, it's coming their way, and there's nothing they can do about it. So I think they will just try and take refuge in the bushes. That's all they can do. It's the best they can do. I'm not too sure I understand that question, Mark. If basically asking if the cubs... Oh, okay. That's kind of what I would have said, yeah. Okay, and that's from Bree, right? Bree, okay. Good evening to you, Bree. And welcome to Twin Dam with the Tsalalas. Bree is asking, when a female lion gets some cubs, when the cubs or the female cubs grow older and when they get to adult age, do they mate with the same pride male? Meaning, basically, do they mate with their father? And the answer to that, Brie, would be no, they don't. And the reason for that is that the male, the dominant male, or the male of the pride, won't be able to hold onto his territory for long enough to be able to mate with the female cubs of the pride. So basically to mate with his daughters. By the time his daughters get to adult age and ready to mate, depending on the situations, it has happened in places in Africa where big males would keep their territory for a long period of time. But usually the rule wants that a male would hold on to his territory for a certain period of time, and then he will be chased out of that territory and the territory be taken over by a new male, stronger, maybe younger or older, doesn't really matter, but stronger, and there will be a fight, and the male of the pride would lose the fight and lose the territory and lose the pride, and then there will be a new male now in charge of the pride. And that male now can mate with the young females in that pride, which would be the daughters of the previous male. Yeah. Sorry. And that brings to a question that a lot of people ask as well, is when a new male takes over a pride or a territory and chases away the previous male, then obviously he takes over a new pride with new females, new cubs, and new youngsters. And most of the people want to know or ask, is it true that the male will kill the cubs of the previous litter? Which going crazy with the flash there. Oh, he's so cute. So if you can just lighten the picture a bit, please. So yeah, to finish what I was saying, most of people ask if they will, that new male will kill the cubs of the previous litter, and the answer to that is yes. That has been seen. It happens, and then people think, okay, he did it because of the fact that they belong to the previous male, and that he doesn't want cubs that don't belong to him. And this is actually not true. It's the main reason why, the only reason why they do that is to force the female to basically get into estrus again and to be able to mate and have his own cubs with the female. So it's got nothing to do with the fact that these cubs belong, they don't think that way. It's not like they get to the pride and think these cubs don't belong to me, they belong to another male, and I'll kill them because they're not mine. No, it's internal thing. It's I don't know how to say. It's an internal instinct. They know that by killing those cubs, the female will get in estrus again, and then they can mate and have their own cubs. She's doing it again. Sure. Big lightning coming our way. A lot of lightnings in the sky. But as long as it doesn't rain.
You want to be out in lightning? Not a good idea, dude.
As long as it doesn't rain, I'm not scared. I'll stay and stand my ground. Stronger than the storm. But if it starts raining,
If the lightning comes too
you are
close.
the one with the limp, aren't you, eh? Josie Jones, JJ. Good evening, JJ. Welcome on board. JJ is asking if lions. Yeah, it's a different JJ, but I call her JJ because Jersey Jones. But it's not the famous JJ. Jersey is asking if lions climb trees. No, they don't, Jersey. Sorry?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Well, can I finish my answer?
Yeah, we were saying no, you don't.
No, they won't climb trees, but you will see that in some parts of Africa, they will not be like expert climbers like leopard would, but you would see them in trees, like in Zambia, in Botswana. I've seen pictures of lions, not like high up in trees, but like if you get a tree with a bit of an inclination. Sorry, something in my throat. A tree with a bit of an inclination, kind of easy to climb. You might find them up there and chilling in the trees, where it's usually cooler. Also, they get less flies up there than down on the ground, where it's, especially if it's kind of a swamp areas, you get lots of flies on the ground, and in trees it's a bit better. So they'll go up there for cooler temperatures, less flies. But they're not like proper climbers, they're not expert climbers like leopards are. This one here in the Sabi Sand, they don't climb trees. I mean, I don't think. Do they? Have you seen them in
Yes.
trees?
One of the Styx females climbed a tree to get
Okay.
to get a kill out the tree from a fluffing
Oh yeah, cheetah. Yeah, I remember that sighting. Yeah. Well, we were not there, but we heard about it. Yeah. But I don't know how she climbed it though. Like.
No, they're pretty good climbers, hey? They can climb straight up.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen big males in marula trees,
Hmm.
and we used to actually feed in the zoo. We used to feed them up a pole. They had to climb about 10, 15 meters up.
Oh wow.
vertical,
Okay.
So they are actually quite good climbers.
Okay. Well, I didn't say anything then. They are good climbers. It's getting too dark now for pictures. Inverter's beeping.
Oops. Oh, missed the lightning.
Okay, she's getting active, this one. She's like, come on, let's wake up, let's do something.
Oh, bless you.
Donna again, good evening again, Donna. Welcome back. Donna is asking, how do lions clean themselves after a kill? Do they go in the dam or do they lick themselves? And also, can their tongue remove ticks, because they seem to have a lot of ticks? Well, no and yes. They won't go in the dam and go for like a swim to clean themselves. They will lick themselves, sometimes for a very long period of time, just to remove things like blood and mud and whatever makes the fur dirty. Sorry. And I can actually hear her.
Turn round.
Oh. I can actually... Where is she? Oh, she's right there. I could
Yeah.
almost give her a kiss. I can hear her. She's like kind of going like... Oh. Sorry. So sorry, I was saying, yeah, they would lick themselves for a long period of time to remove whatever makes the fur dirty. And depending on where those ticks are, yes, sometimes the tongue might be able to remove them. Sometimes they would just bite the tick off as well. That depending on where the ticks are on their body. There are some places obviously that they find difficult to reach, and but yeah, they do seem to have quite a lot of ticks on them. And back to bed. Yeah, here we go. That's the storm coming our way, guys. See, it's...
So we'll see if we can catch some lightning.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
There's some sheet lightning coming.
We're gonna try and point the camera at the storm for a few minutes, see if we can catch a lightning for you.
He's going to the toilet.
Bibi is also going to the toilet now.
Other side if you can.
And they are getting active now. There we go, that's what we wanted, folks. Bit of interaction, we made it. Just before the inverter beeps too much, before the rain. Might be lucky to see a little bit of interactions between the sisters and between them and their grandmother. Oh, here we go. Did get a lightning on camera. I hope you guys saw that.
I looked away at the wrong moment.
And it's there. Is it beeping fast now? Okay. Now we're gonna have to leave in the next minute or two. The fifth one is going to join them now. She was left behind. The one with the limp. She's slowly making her way now back to them. Oh wow. Big lightning again in the sky. She's walking right in front of us.
Oh, that's why.
There we go. Here's the gash that she's got in her, on her leg.
It looks clean though.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be
She's
fine.
limp. She doesn't limp as bad as I saw her on Chitwa's side a week ago, and she was limping much more than that. So looks like she is getting better. Picture is a bit too dark.
And there's nothing else I can do now.
Okay, there's nothing else we can do now except me using the spotlight. That might help a bit.
I'm just gonna see if we can get some lightning again.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can get some lightnings again. They're not doing much anyway. They're back to bed. So see if we get one lightning in the sky, and then I'll have to put away and say goodbye. Fortunately, not because of the rain, but because of the inverter beeping quite fast. Sure, I can smell that dung from here. Very strong smell. Lion dung. Oof. Can you get those clouds there, you think? They look pretty awesome. It's like big mattress of clouds. Yeah, there you go. It's quite cool, eh? Looks like big cushions. You want to go and lie on them.
It'll be magic if they start to roar.
Mm. Whoa! Did you get that?
Got the last part of it.
Wow! You got the Mark said that you got the whole thing of it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Sure, that was.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, Mark says it's fine. You got it. It's pointing in the right direction. Sure, that was quite a lightning, folks. I hope you saw that.
Oh, I can come out a bit more actually. There we go.
Sorry?
So we can zoom out a little bit more. So we can
Yeah, get wider, yeah. Yeah, imagine them roaring now, and as they roar, a big lightning like this one that we just saw in the background. Wow. TIA, this is Africa. Okay, quick ones because I'm going to leave very soon. Mark, inverter is beeping very fast. Thunderstorm as well. It's definitely getting closer and closer.
be nice if you can maybe put a bit of light on them.
Like that? Sorry, Mark, didn't get the end of that? All right, Bonnie. Good evening, Bonnie. Yes, Bonnie. Bonnie's asking when the male lion kill the cubs to bring the female in oestrus. Does it bring the female in oestrus because she stops nursing? Yes, that's basically the fact that she doesn't have to nurse anymore. That she's lost her litter will automatically bring her back in oestrus. That's what the male wants. So yes, Bonnie. A little bit of light on them. Yeah, they're still there. Wow.
Sure, that was pretty.
Wow. If we could get a screenshot of that, guys. I know it's asking for skills because it's 1 second. But I mean, that was pretty awesome. Because
Yeah,
I was
put a bit of a
I was shining the light on the lions, and so we had light on the lions and we had big lightning in the background. Stunning, stunning. That could make a very stunning screenshot. Okay. Kind of, I think. That was fun. Audrey. Yeah. All right. Good evening, Audrey. Interesting question. Audrey is saying with all the dung lying around, that's where Mark and I are not too sure if you mean us or if you mean the lions, the animals. Are they basically disturbed or not? Yeah. Is the smell of all these dungs lying around a problem for? So I don't know if it's for us or for the animals or for both of us. But for us, no, it's not a problem because it's usually a smell that you will get a sniff of it and then it won't smell anymore. As for a few seconds, we get quite used to those different smells as well. And you get dung and dung as well. Lion dung for sure doesn't smell good, but elephant dung or any kind of herbivore dung doesn't smell bad. It's like a horse, back at home, or cow dung. You can't really say that it stinks. Carnivores' dung do stink because they eat meat. So baboons' dung as well. So there are a few dungs out there that don't really smell nice, but it's not like you get a big sniff and have to like breathe it in and smell it for like long period of time. It's usually just quick sniff, and like just now I had a sniff of a lion dung, fresh one, and it lasted for a few seconds, and yeah, it doesn't smell great, but doesn't really disturb me at all. And now if it does disturb the other animals, I don't know. I don't think so. Also, what you must realize, you're saying with all this dung lying around and stuff, must remember all of these dung that you see lying around, most of them are dry, and when they're dry they don't smell. They do smell a little bit when they're fresh, but as soon as they start drying up, there is no more smell at all. So it's not really a problem, Audrey. I don't know, I hope I answered your question on that. they're yawning and yawning. Probably going to start getting active soon. How's the inverter beeping there? Does it stop because I can't hear it anymore?
It'll stop and then it'll go beep 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 and then it'll stop again.
What's the time? 6:15. Okay, let's try to see if we get another nice lightning. Here we go. Sure. Have you already on 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa! Did you see that? Sure, that was
I wasn't watching again.
that was hectic. That was beautiful. Amazing. Another nice screenshot. I hope you guys out there are managing the screenshots. Taking some nice ones because these could look really, really awesome.
Garden in total 5.5. And here over a year and a half. Yeah, it'll be 6 in January.
Let's see if we can get another one. I'll switch off the light. Here we go. Oh, no, that wasn't a big one. See if we get another big one just off the sky like that. And then we have to go, folks. Last lightning. And then I'll make my way out, say goodbye.
Wow.
Oh my word.
Sure.
That was
Wow.
wow. We got it, guys. I think we got the shot of the year even. It's not even the shot of the day, it's like the shot of the year. Sure. All right. And that's it, guys. Now we have to make our way back. I'm just gonna pull out, say goodbye. Sorry, Mark, you were okay. Sorry, you were asking something. Yeah. Oh, okay. That would be then in total from when I started. That would be 11 years, Mark, because basically started in Gabon in 2011. Alright, unfortunately, folks, it's time to say goodbye. How's the light? Is that okay? Yeah? Wow. Very nice lightning. Far behind you over there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the drive, even though we had a few inches with a lot of stop and start. But I did get a few questions, so at least I know there were a few of you out there watching us. And thank you for all your questions. I think Mark will be on drive tomorrow, and I'll be behind the camera, and Tara will be back in final control. And thanks, Tara, for your camera work tonight, and Mark back in final control. Thank you for all the questions and everything, and thanks to all of you guys there. Thank you for being with me and trying to stay focused on the drive, even though we had a few glitches. But I hope you enjoyed everything. And I'll see you again in 3 days when it'll be my turn to be presenting again. But for me and from everyone back at Walders and Juma, bye and see you next time. I guess he's kept away.
Hi everybody. Wow, some amazing fireworks in the sky tonight, and I suppose maybe my change in mood, I don't know, somehow I'm just suddenly charged with electricity. I wonder why. Fantastic storm coming in. But got to run out and batten down hatches and get ready for this, because I think it's going to be a bit of a storm coming in. Thanks for joining us. It's been a fantastic afternoon, and hope you'll join me tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. And I can't wait, actually, because if we do get some rain, we might see some interesting things. So do join me tomorrow morning for our morning drive. And thanks for all of your support from all of us here at Juma. Good night. God bless. Take care. Goodbye.